Hi everyone. Welcome back to New Normal for Life. Now, on today's show, we're going to cover a couple of things. One, I want to cover definitions. I've been hearing a lot of people since I've been talking about this. I've been hearing a lot of people saying, oh, this is your new normal, this is your new normal. There are differences. So I really want to go over that with you guys. The other thing is I don't know if you have paid attention to the advertisements and stuff like that, but Walgreens has got a campaign going now for Battle for Beauty. Anyway, it's a campaign for people who are going through treatment, various forms of treatment, and if they want to use makeup to help themselves feel a little better, a little more comfortable, a little better in their skin, then this is what Walgreens is going to do to help. So we're going to cover, I went ahead and did a beauty consultation, and I want to share my experience with you guys. So with that said, first thing I want to cover is definitions. Okay, so a new normal. A new normal for anybody that's gone through any kind of surgery, lost a body part, a leg, a kidney, a liver, whatever. Anything that you've had to change your life for because it's happened. Now, what I'm going through with chemotherapy, that is not my new normal. That is my temporary normal. And by that, I mean anything that's going to be, you're going to have to deal with for months. That sucks. It really does. But you're only dealing with it for a few months, maybe even a year. Then it's done. But then what you've got after that months or a year is the new normal. Anything that's going to be years, if it ever stops. Things that you've had to make adjustments for, equipment you've had to buy. Speaking of which, I would like also, I had said it in the first one, I want to say it again. Please send me your videos, contact me, let me know if you want to send videos. I want people who have gone through this. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what changes you've made. I want to know how these changes have helped you deal with, becoming who you are now. So I want those things sent to me. If you want to send them to me privately, just message me. I'll be happy to. In the meantime, send them to me. Okay, so that's the first thing, the definitions. Anything, days, weeks, months, year. Temporary normal. Temporary. Chemo, temporary. Dialysis, depends on where you're at on the lists, honestly, because I people who are looking for transplants have been on those lists for years, and I would consider dialysis to be a new normal. I really would. So I would want to know what you do during dialysis and what you do after dialysis, because that is part of your normal. I know that there are after effects after a dialysis, so I want to know, what do you do? What do you do for that? Please tell us, tell everybody, because if you're going through it, guaranteed somebody else is too, and they may not know what you do to help get through it. So, talk. So, anyway, that's part one. Part two is the makeup. Okay, so went to this lady. Her name is Jamie. She's over on 6th and Stevens, Walgreens. Now, 6th and Stevens in Tacoma. Should mention that. Her name's Jamie. Lovely young lady. Absolutely lovely. Found out that she is a certified makeup consultant. Walgreens apparently has a lot of training programs that they do have their beauty consultants go through, which I think is good. I think is really good. She did make some very good recommendations, and which I got a few things. Now, one thing that Jamie introduced me to was this. Let's see if you can see it. Botanics. Doo-doo. Now, she was like, you know, oh, use this if you're feeling too lazy to wash your face and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to use this when I'm feeling particularly sick, because I wiped this stuff on my face, and let me tell you, it felt so refreshing. So on those particularly bad days when I'm going through chemo, and when I'm not feeling well from the chemo, I tend, when I'm getting sick, I tend to sweat a lot, and then afterwards I just feel awful, and all I want to do is take a shower because I just feel sweaty all over. And that's not always feasible, honestly, because sometimes that means 6, 7, 8 times a day. So, but that's not the point. The point is I'm going to be using this stuff on this next round to see if maybe it'll help refresh me a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. One thing too is that I had been using a Maybelline Big Lash for mascara, because after 2014 and I was getting treatment for breast cancer, I lost all my hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, everything. And the eyelashes and eyebrows never really grew back the way they were. So the eyelashes are very, very short. And so that's one thing I've had a problem with. And they're also kind of thin. So, but she had me try this right here, which is Neutrogena. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It didn't really extend my eyelashes any further, but it made them look a little more healthy, not like somebody who had actually gone through chemo. The other thing that I used was this Maybelline Tattoo Studio. Now on this one, I had watched a YouTuber do this one. Now with the Tattoo Studio, first off, what I found out from this girl Jamie that I did not know, because before chemo in 2014, I had eyebrows. I had great eyebrows. They were thick and everything like that. I never had to worry. In fact, my problem was I had to pluck them because they get so down to here. But after 2014, they never quite grew back. So I've had to learn a little bit on how to do eyebrows. So I've been watching some YouTubers do them. And I remember what my mom used to tell me about it. She used to use a pencil. So anyway, this Maybelline Tattoo Studio, I saw a YouTuber and was talking to Jamie about this. So here is a brush, a brow brush. And I just put it on there. And now what Jamie said to do, and I did not know this, was you want to put the brow brush right up against your nose and then tap right there. And that's where you're going to have your first mark, because you don't want to go past that. And then you go out a little bit, and then you tap again, and then you go out. And wait, I did that wrong. It's weird to do it on the camera. So first one, and I'm not actually tapping because clearly I've got them on already. But first one, right up against. Second one is right at the pupil. And then third one is right outside of the pupil. You want to do that, and then you tap the brow. So those are your 3 markers. Now the one up against here, that's where you start. You don't want to go past that. One over to the side where where it's at the pupil, where you got it there. That's where your arch is. And then your last one just past the pupil, that's where it ends. So you got to really watch it on that. Like I said, I take the brush and then I put it on. Now, Jamie, bless her heart, she put this on me on one side, and it's so hard putting makeup on other people. I know from experience. So she put it on this side, and she didn't do a bad job. She didn't do a half bad job. I did this side. She did this side. So, you know, and she did a halfway decent job. It's a little darker than I'd like. So that's one thing I do want to say about the Tattoo Studio is that when you get it on, immediately get your brow brush and just do a quick wipe if you want to make it a little bit lighter. Jamie suggested putting powder on it. I'm of mixed feelings on that. But it is a suggestion if you want to lighten them up. I'm also somebody, I don't like a lot of makeup on me because it just feels cakey. I don't care what it is. I don't like a lot on me. For my base, now, one thing that Jamie suggests was a primer, which, okay, you know, I've never tried it. So we tried a primer on me, and it's right over here. And I'll let you see right here. So you look at that right there as compared to this side. Now the primer, I understand why it's needed. I've always been really super fortunate in that my skin's always been very nice, but she explained to me that while I am going through chemo, that my skin can change. So the primer is sometimes good if your skin is, say, too oily, then it'll grab onto the makeup. Or if your skin's too dry, it'll help boost a little bit of the moisturizer and get it more evened out. So that, you know, after you get out of the shower and you moisturize and then you wait a couple minutes and then you go put your makeup on, it's a little blotchy sometimes. The primer helps even that out and make it stop. So she said it's really good during chemo if you're having that problem with oiliness. So the primer. And the stuff that she tried on me was number 7, and it was a serum, and I liked it. It was a nice serum. I chose not to buy it because, truthfully, with my skin type, I don't really need it. Really, all I need for my particular skin type is a good mineral foundation, and I have found that mineral is the best for my skin type. Now, if you look, see. Got all this up here and stuff. I've always had freckles. The chemo has brought out these little splotches and stuff like that. So using the mineral, I have found, and this is Physicians Formula right here, which I really, really like. I like to use it. I like to have it on so that, you know, it goes on super easy. I just tap, 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 and then brush, 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 brush. And it blends so nicely. I mean, look at that. Just does a beautiful job. And see, that just blends so nicely in with my skin. And that's something too, is when you go anywhere to buy any foundation, any powder, get help. Don't trust your own site. Nobody ever gets it right. Get outside eyes. You want the outside eyes. So, trust me. Anyway, and that's what they're there for, by the way. That's literally their job is to help you pick this stuff out. So the other thing I've got here is, this is also a Physicians. This is the Mineral Well Wear Talc Free, which is good. Anyway, notice the different colors on it. What that is it's a color correcting. So like any splotches or anything I get, it will automatically blend those splotches no matter what color they are. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. Look, it's got a beautiful job. And remember, for powder, use a big one because it sets everything. Yeah. Little one. Little angled one for the mineral foundation. Now, another reason why you want to do the brush for the mineral foundation is because those spots where your skin is actually clear, like, you know, there are certain spots, you're not going to need as much foundation there. So the brush is nice to, you know, get it going. But on the other spots, like right here, where I seem to get a lot more of the brown spots, and through here, where I get more, and especially right through here. I don't know what it is right through there, but I don't know if you can see it, but because I just put makeup on it, but there's brown spots all over the place. It's just like, ugh, hate it. Anyway, so the mineral wear helps with that. Nice thing too about the mineral wear and this little top powder is that when you wipe with things, it doesn't all come off. I mean, it still blends enough, so that's a nice thing. So again, you know, once you've got the base and once you got the powder, then I got this stuff. Like I said, it made my eyelashes look just a little more natural. Then, you know, of course, there's lipstick and stuff like that. Now, she had me try, this one was a Lancome. And a really lovely color. Look at that. Look at that color. It's gorgeous. Ah. Da, da, da. Beautiful color. Beautiful. So anyway, these are things that I got from the Walgreens on 6th and Stevens in Tacoma. And I got lip liner too, just because that's something else too, by the way, is you will find when going through, once you've gone through chemo and even after, because after I did it in 2014, I noticed that my lip lines were a little weird. They were splotchy and they never quite recovered from that. So you're going to find that you're going to want a lip liner if you want to wear lipstick, because it just, you can wear lipstick without it. It makes it look a little bit fuller is all. A little more like you haven't been, you know, ravaged by poison or something, which, you know, you have. So if you've gone through cancer treatment or chemo. Anyway, so that's where we're at with that. So that was my trip to Walgreens. I found Jamie to be very friendly, very professional. Her tastes and style are a little different than mine, but I thought she was really good, and she was very knowledgeable on her products. So overall, I gotta give him a good score. Good on you guys. In the meantime, I'm thinking for my next broadcast, let me know what you think. I'm thinking for the next one, because I am going to be going through the surgery and stuff like that, I'm thinking for my next one, I'm going to discuss how my diet is probably going to change, because whether I have no stomach or part of a stomach, my diet is absolutely changing. So one of the things I'm going to talk about next time is possible ways to change my diet after this kind of surgery. So I would appreciate it if you stay tuned. Also, too, if you want to know about something, or you want to, perhaps, you know, we can build it, or you want to showcase something, let me know. I'm happy to showcase it. If you make cool things that will help people, if you have cool ideas, if you have anything that is going to benefit humanity who have to deal with these new normals, I want to know about it. Tell me, please, and make sure you subscribe, like my channel, because the more I do, I'm going to be doing this more and more, and I want to hear from people. I want to know if you have something different you do. I really want to know that one. In the meantime, as my daughter likes to say, bye and stay kawaii, and remember to live your life.